Hello everyone, it is Chanel with Color Me Stylish and I'm coming back with a new video this week. So I wanted to do a makeup tutorial. So I have an event to go to on Saturday and I kind of like in the middle of the week just start to like plan out like what am I going to wear, you know, and just my makeup look, things like that. And I was kind of thinking I haven't done anything more on the deeper side of like berry tones. I did like a lighter pink and I'll kind of insert a card just to kind of show you that. But I wanted to kind of keep this a little bit more definitely high glam, more sultry, but definitely in the red tones because I think that's just going to kind of go with the outfit that I'm planning for this Saturday night. And so I just to kind of, you know, think of those ideas, I thought, well, I want to kind of show you guys the finished product or just like what it's going to look like and kind of step by step and some of the products that I used. So if you are new, thank you so much for joining me. I love doing videos every week and I do them on fashion, skincare, and just living fabulous over 40, 50, 60, whatever, or anybody in between that as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and your support. I love you so much. Okay, so since I know I like to talk a lot, I'm going to try to have some moments where I can kind of maybe speed things up or just kind of, you know, have the music going, things like that. Would definitely show you the look. So with that being said, so this isn't too long, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to start, I am going to be using, this is the Kat Von D, and it is in the Hydrating Primer and Base. And I like this one because it just kind of comes out like just a really nice light lotion. And I'm just going to go ahead after I've already cleaned my face, things like that, used a toner. I'm just going to kind of add this on. And so I'm just going to kind of get this going. And as you can see, it is very, and sorry for looking at, you know, the monitor over here, but it is just very hydrating. And I just want to get that into my eyelids, underneath, and just all around, and kind of just bringing that down to the neck, because especially when you're putting foundation, things like that, you want to be able to bring the foundation down just so you don't have like that stark line. Okay, so you can see it is very smoothing. I just love this. And I'm just going to kind of put this all over. So for foundation, I am going to be using a drugstore brand. So this is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. And I like this one because it does have an SPF. So, you know, you can kind of just consolidate, even though I love using an SPF separately. It just aids in just helping with that protection. I am all about, you know, skincare and that foundation underneath and just kind of protecting what you have so it looks good for much longer. I'm 42, so I want my skin to just kind of be seamless and, you know, just radiant for as long as possible. So I want to just kind of protect that. I'm just going to kind of go in and put this on the back of my hands just so that I don't have too much product right away on my face. And I like to kind of just pat that in. And I love this color, especially for my dark skin, because it is just seamless. And for my hyperpigmentation over my mouth, my upper lip, I just want to have like everything be like the same color. And just again, pardon me as I look into the mirror and not at you guys, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting this all over. And I'm just going to kind of soak in the rest from the back of my hand and just kind of put that all over my face. So I've just went ahead and I just love using this blender that I have and then just kind of going in. So I think I've shown you guys this before. This is something that I recently picked up when I was in Portland. So this is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer. And so I am just going to kind of go in and just go underneath my eyes just to kind of brighten that up. And then just, I almost poked my eye, and just kind of go in this area, bring it down here, and then again, brighten these areas as well. Go in with a brighter concealer. Sorry, I feel like I've just done so much today. I went to go, you know, here in Mexico, when we're in Mexico, I like to just do a lot of things since, you know, I am just, you know, at home with the kids, things like that. My husband with his company is what moved us here. So I have a lot more free time to just kind of do a lot more things and just, you know, discover and explore the country, things like that. So it's really nice, but I like doing like charity work and things like that as well. So I was there with my daughter today because they had like I guess a garage sale from expats who wanted to donate things, and then I was organizing, setting everything up. So it was a long morning, but it was good. It's always fulfilling just to kind of like help out and have her do that as well. So forgive me if I'm like a little bit winded, but it was a good day. But like I said, I'm gonna go in with this brightener. I just like to have the concealer just kind of sit just for a minute, you know, because you don't want to start blending right away because it just gives it, you know, it'll end up creasing later. So I like to just let it dry for a minute. And I picked up this tip from somebody on Instagram. Sorry, I can't remember who it was. There's just so many makeup gurus out there. But I started trying it and I was like, oh, that really works. Or I think I've shown you guys another trick that I like to do. And I do this more if I have somewhere to go, especially in the early morning, but I need like a full face, is I like to have like a bowl of ice water with my sponge and just kind of dip it in there so it's super cold and just kind of blend, and it just depuffs the face and everything too. So let me just go in, and I like to pull this all over my eyelid because these are the darkest spots on my face. And then underneath my eye as well, and on this side. And I will go in with a brush just to kind of blend this out just a little bit better. And I know some people like to do their eye makeup first and then go in with their concealer after, just to kind of catch anything that falls. But I don't know, I feel like I've created an order for my face and it's kind of hard to go away from that. I don't know if you guys are like that. If you are, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you guys, or what you guys want to see next or want me to try, or you see me all the time in this closet. This is like where I live a lot of times. So I like to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, bring them on, let me know. Okay, so now I'm going to just go in with the brighter concealer, but I'm just gonna put a little bit right here because I just want to brighten up that area, and I kind of want to lift this side as well. But again, because I am going to be using a darker just eyeshadow, I am going to have to go back in and just kind of clean up with some powder, maybe some more concealer. So this is just the start. We've got a lot more to do, but I'm trying to keep it nice and short because I know I like to talk. So I'm just going to kind of pull this up a little bit. Sorry, I had like some hair gel from this morning, but I'm gonna kind of pull this up and put some on my eyelid as well because I want the colors to really stand out. Kind of go in, and this is just a bamboo, you know, like that bamboo natural. I think I picked up a set of this from like TJ Maxx when I was in the States this summer, but I like to use this because I feel like the way that this blends after I've placed the product where I want it gives it a really nice smooth airbrush look. And then of course bringing that down to the neck so I don't have any lines. Kind of going in, this is the powder. This is from Sephora, and this is their universal, just kind of not blotting, I can't even think of the name right now, sorry. It's their lightweight translucent loose powder, so their setting powder. And again, I had the Laura Mercier in that color, and then I also have it in the translucent medium deep. So I like to use this kind of when I'm putting everything on, or when, you know, my makeup is almost done, just to kind of set the face. So I love it for this color, but I'm out of the lighter universal one, and I discovered this one this summer, and I'm not going back. This thing was like $15 or $18 versus the Laura Mercier was like 38, something like that. I still love it and I'll still use it, but when you can save, save. Okay, so I know this looks a little crazy, but I like to kind of set these areas for right now, just so they don't get overly shiny. And I feel like when I do my eyebrows, if I set the area first before it starts to get oily, it just sets and stays for the whole day. Okay, so I am going to be using, sorry, that's not the one. This is like one of my favorite pencils, and so this one is from NYX, and it is in the color Black Brown, because I used to get, sorry, I need a different mirror. I used to get just a regular brown, and just with my skin tone, it's just not dark enough, or it has like that red tint. It's weird. So if I do something, and I can't use black because it's just too black. So something in between is perfect. A really nice full eyebrow so you can kind of see. And then I'll go in with the pomade and just kind of fill that in. And so I like to just kind of do both sides just to kind of get that going. Get the shape and make sure that they're even, because nothing's crazier than having like wonky eyebrows. You just look pissed. It's like that Seinfeld episode, like Uncle Leo's, just, yeah. It's like one of my favorite shows. So yeah, so I like to make sure that they are all even, and I have the shape that I want. And now I'm gonna go in and fill them in with my pomade. And it is in the color Soft Black. So that's that one right there. Sorry, so you can, I don't know if it's focusing, but it's just, and you can find a lot of these at a lot of different places. Like Morphe has one, like pretty much every brand has their own version of it. So I'm just gonna kind of go in with this one, and if I can find my, oh, there it is, my nice slanted brush, and just kind of go in and fill this in. As you can see, the eyebrows, I don't know, it's like therapeutic. Just doing them, filling them in, getting the shape, and just kind of creating that more fuller and thicker is what I love to do. And then just kind of going in with a spoolie. I like to just kind of brush them, brush them upwards and just kind of give it that really nice full look. I don't know, I've got something stuck at the end here. And then I'll just do that for both sides, this, and just kind of cleaning that up a little bit and around the sides, just so I don't look like Bert and Ernie, or Bert. I think it was Bert that always had the unibrow. I know, you can tell how old I am, like every reference I have is like Sesame Street or Seinfeld or something like that. I was never a Friends fan. I know, don't shoot me, but I don't know, that show just never cared for it. So I'll never reference Friends. If you guys like Friends, like Friends. If you like Seinfeld, we're friends. So yeah. So kind of that is where we're at right now, just for brows. And now what I like to do is kind of just get started on my eyeshadow. So I am going to be doing more on the reds and berries and purples, kind of like a wine, you know, just genre, if you will, and just kind of have it be really sultry. And then I'll kind of finish up towards the end and the bottom with black, just to kind of tie that all in with the sultriness. It's well loved and used, and this is in the 35M series. And I'll kind of just show you guys. So I am going to be using this color. Yeah, is that it? Yes, this color right here. And then I'm going to jump to this color right here towards like the middle. And then towards the end, it's gonna have like a hint of a darker purple. So that is what I'm going to be using. And then on top of that red, because I just saw it, just discovered it in 2 seconds, I am going to be putting this beautiful color on top of that, just because I just have a thing for putting sparkly and just brightness right towards the corner, because it just, I feel like when you start with that bright and kind of go into the dark, it just sets, it's a whole mood. It just sets the tone. It gives it that siren eye. It gives it that cat eye, that sultriness. I love it. It's my thing. I love it. So let's go ahead and start with the first red. Look at how pretty that is. That's the first red that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be using my little mirror right here, just so I get it into the place. Or I guess I can use my little monitor, because I want you guys to see. And the mirror. Yeah, I'll do that, because I want you guys to be able to see and not block you. And I know I've done that before. So I'm going to kind of just place this right here in the corner, and I like to kind of just pat that color into my skin, just so I get, you know, the whole pigment and everything and the color that I want right there in the corner. And then of course I will blend that in, but I like to kind of pack in the color where I want it and then blend. I know everybody has like their way of doing things, or put it on, blend, add the next blend. It's up to you how you do your makeup, or how you want to do your whole like just sequence. There's no wrong way, there's no right way, it's just your way. These are just the things I like to do, but you can kind of modify them for the way that would work for you. I can't do that. So I like it to be even, and if I do them in like in order, I guess, it just comes out better. But again, it's how you want to do it. It's totally up to you. Okay, so I've set that there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Sorry, that was my son, if you heard him. He's like home from school and wants to show me one of his grades. And I will go up and check, because I like to see. It's his first year in middle school, and it's been a rocky start. I think he's just kind of realizing, and you guys let me know if you have a middle schooler in the comments, that it's harder, there's more work, there's actually homework all the time. Yeah, so it's been an adjustment, but it's been good. He's learning, and I've been teaching him, and thankfully I have my daughter who's in high school, so I kind of know the gist and how things are going, so that I can help him and he doesn't feel overwhelmed, and I don't feel overwhelmed.
And this is just like a bigger brush, just to kind of go in and blend out the first color.
And just kind of blended, because I didn't want to have like that line right there. And now I'm going to be going in with more of that darker berry color, and I'll show you. So I don't know if that kind of picks up, but I went ahead and just clean this off, and I'm just going to kind of add that just towards the end a little bit. So I think you can kind of just see that going right at the end there, and then I'm still gonna follow in with a little bit of that purple and the black, and then the shiny on top. So I like to kind of save, you know, once I have like the look I'm going for, I like to, I don't know, again, that's my sequence. I like to save the sparkle part for last when I kind of go back into the corners, because it's just like the finale pop of everything. Or no, this was more, sorry, this was more of like that berry, because I want to have the look of it like just starting to go out from like more red to like a darker red, but not quite in the corner just yet. You know, like berry just towards like the end here. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in just more with that, like that deeper purple, and then I will be kind of going back in, and that's what I'm going to be using for this part right here, and then just kind of follow right in with black towards the bottom. So now I just like to little bit darker now, which is, just think it's absolutely pretty. And because this is darker, I like to just kind of stick to like that one area and just make small little like circles, because I want to pat in the color but kind of get it exactly where I want it to be, because I know I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and just kind of really clean up the ends here so it doesn't have like that line or that just stark line right at the end there. So just kind of bringing this up, and then just a little bit more winged out a little bit. And I am going to just take that all over the top and kind of just blend that outwards, because it's okay. I want it to kind of just do that kind of like lift and outwards. Smaller rounded brush, and I'm going to go in with that same like super bright sparkly that I was telling you guys about, so you can kind of see that. And I am going to kind of just place that right here in the corner. So it's not to change the color, it's just to kind of add to it. And actually, tip is, if you really want that to stand out, you can kind of just use any of your setting sprays that you have, which I'm going to do now, and just kind of spray that and then pass it in the eyeshadow, and it just helps to really bring out that color. So I think you guys can kind of see that difference now between before when I put it on versus now, you know, just adding, you know, just a little bit more wetness. It just brings out that color, it brings out that pigment, and it just really is a showstopper, and I love that. So you can kind of just see that. So, but with that, because it's a little bit more pigmented, I just need to go back in and really blend that in, especially like the top. Okay, so I just kind of want to show you guys. So I went ahead and I did this side, and I went in with my rounded brush and just kind of, you know, blended that all around. And I am going to go in now with my black. And that Morphe palette does have black in it, but I dropped it and it broke. So I am going to be, I don't even know what this is anymore. I think this is 35V. It's something, it's pretty similar. Or you can use any black eyeshadow, but this one has just like different tones to it, a little bit more natural, but still fun with the blues. But it does have the black. So I'm going to be using it from that palette. Make this a little bit more dramatic. And again, you can see there's some fall, so we will be needing to clean that up. And I'm just kind of adding that almost like a winged liner to the very corner, because again, I really want to emphasize like the siren eye, the cat eye, the everything eye. And so that is what this side looks like. And I'm going to do it to the other side. More than I wanted, but that's what blending is for. And clean up. Good tip if you really want a sharp line is using, you know, like I like using Neutrogena wipes, and you can just kind of go in with your finger and just kind of really clean that up a little bit. And then you can just add in a little bit more concealer if you need that, but it's always a way that works. And okay, so I've cleaned up this side, but I did want to show you guys just how I do that instead of just kind of glazing over that. So I just took my regular like Clinique concealer and I just put a little bit in the corners here, and then just kind of using my blender, I just kind of pat that in again and just clean that up and bring that up. So then you can kind of really start to see like that line that I was going for right there. And then what I'll do is that same powder from Sephora, I'm just gonna kind of use that and just kind of reset underneath the eyes. So again, I guess it's, you know, for some people a little bit more steps than you want instead of just waiting until the end to do your concealer. But again, it's what you're comfortable with, it's how you want to do it and how you do your makeup. And I guess I don't always wait until the end to do my concealer because I don't use this makeup all the time. Maybe just on the weekend, and I think I'm so fast because I'm not usually talking that it doesn't bother me to have any added steps or anything like that. I can usually do my makeup within full glam 15 minutes, if that. Probably 12, just because I can be a lot faster. So this is the look for the eyes right now, and then what I'm going to do is go in with my eyeliner. And the one that I like to use, this is from NYX, and it is the Epic Wear. And I love this one because it is waterproof. But again, it comes off very easily with like my Neutrogena wipes, like at the end of the night. So, and, which I'll be telling you guys about soon, or probably after this, is I just purchased a new face wash that I'm very excited about because it takes off all your makeup. Like that. It's awesome, and it just came out. It's new, so I'll tell you guys about that. But first, eyeliner time. So I like to kind of just start right where my lashes start and just swipe it upwards, and then right where the eye, the bottom and the top meet, that's where I like to kind of start where the bottom is. And then this formula is awesome that I can just kind of fill it in, and that's my eyeliner. I know it's taken me like years to be able to do that, but it does help if either you have like a formula like this, and I think because it's waterproof, it's a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit more controllable. Or my favorite is like the felt pen. You just have so much more control. And there's so many brands that carry the felt pen eyeliner, and it's awesome. And I did the eyeliner, and then just to kind of really create that nice like winged look and more elongated to the eye, is I like to kind of take the eyeliner and really pull it down to the very beginning, the tear duct, and then just kind of go and follow that outwards. So it just creates more of that almond shaped eye, more elongated, a little bit more dramatic, and then just getting as close to the lash line as possible with that, only because when I put on my lashes, I don't want to see any gaps in between if I look up or anything like that. To using lashes that I love is, I don't know if you've ever seen the bonding glue for like hair weaves, things like that. Pick this up if you don't. You can pick this up on Amazon, Sally's Beauty, hair supply store, but these hold your lashes on all day, all night. They're fantastic. And there's no like putting it on the lash, waiting for it to get tacky, then sticking them on. These are like, put it on, stick them on, and they're just there. So I'll do one side so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I went ahead and I put the other lash on. And again, I like this one because it gives dramaticness, but still natural, nothing too crazy or overpowering. So I put some on the end of this hair clip, sorry, because I'm getting down to the end, but I just want to kind of show you guys with this eyelash literally how good this glue is. So it's like I just put it on, this is the lash, and I'm just, sorry, I'm gonna look over here so I can see, but it's on, and it's like on, and you just kind of position it to where you need it to be, pat it down, but that's it. Nothing works like this. So again, this is, and I will link it in the description box. There's no, name brand or anything. You can just go with any brand, but it is, I think this one is called Salon Pro Hair Bonding Glue, but it is like the best thing to use when putting on your lashes. But I'm gonna close the door because the street's right there and it's getting a little loud because it's like rush hour. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just squeeze my lashes and these together just to make them a little bit more natural and uniform and everything. But again, once you use that glue, it is just on. It's lightweight, it doesn't bother me, just be careful, test it out maybe to see if you're sensitive to it, but it is fantastic. It's like the best thing. And before I put on my lashes, I did use the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara on my lashes, and this is in the Carbon Black. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need to get some definition on my face, and to use that, or to do that, I am going to be going in with my Morphe stick, and this is in effect number 20, and it's super dark, and I just love things like this. So I can just kind of go in and just kind of carve out cheekbones, just a tiny hair of the nose, and maybe a little bit for the forehead. I have a gigantic forehead. I've always had like, my hairline has always started like in another zip code, but it's the way it is. And kind of pull that down and feather it upwards, and it just really nicely creates that beautiful contouring of like my cheekbones. And of course I will go back in and blend. So I know it looks a little crazy right now. Trust the process. Just kind of add to all of that. I don't normally do my jawline, but hey, for today, kicks and giggles, why not? Shoveled. I need to get another one, but I just love this one because it just blends really well, and I can just kind of do that to the whole face and cheeks and everything, and then just down on the cheeks and the chin. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush like this one, and I'm just going to kind of contour the nose just a little bit. I like to just kind of, oops, got something on there. I like to just kind of more concentrate on like this part up here and not so much like underneath. So I'm gonna kind of use this one especially because I love the shape. So it just kind of gets into like the side of my nose perfectly. And there you go. And I don't usually go back in, you know, with setting powder just to set that area because I feel like it just makes it a little bit too pronounced sometimes. But I will go back in now with, well, before I do that, I will go ahead and kind of just set my face with my Laura Mercier. And again, this one is in the translucent medium deep. It just goes a long way and it just stretches everywhere. So I'm just gonna kind of go in and just kind of set everything with this powder and even the sides of my nose, underneath, everything. And this just kind of helps to clean up any fall from the makeup or eye makeup that I have. And I love that. Now I am going to be going in, yes, we're almost done, hold on. I'm going to be going in, and this is the e.l.f. and this is in their Putty Blush in the color, I'm forgetting, Caribbean. My namesake, the Caribbean. I know, I'm very excited. My parents are coming from the Caribbean to Mexico City to come and visit us. My dad literally just sent me a message today saying that he bought his ticket, so I can't wait to show this place off to them because I love it. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing, because I wanna have a really nice glowy effect, is this is like one of my favorite products as well. I'm surprised I haven't used it, but a little goes a long way. But this is the Glossier, and this is the Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. It's awesome. I love this thing. But again, that's pretty much all you need, just that. And it just kind of gives this really nice, if you can see that, just beautiful glow. You know, doesn't have too much color in it, but just gives it that really healthy like sheen. And again, my skin is changing. I'm in my 40s, and so anything that kind of gives it that glowy, dewy, young, fresh look for a little bit longer, I'm all for it. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take, where is it? Found it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna first start with, I know as it like runs down my arm, I'm gonna first start with the blush, and then I'm going to kind of just tap that. I should really get one of those like little palette things that people use to mix like painters and stuff. But I'm just gonna kind of mix those two because this is the look I'm going for. And I'm going to kind of just pat that up. And again, it's a lot of product right now, but I will blend that in. And I like to do like the apples, that like part. but bring it up because you want to have your face have that like more lifted look, things like that. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I've blended what I wanted together, I'm just gonna kind of clean off the excess on my makeup wipe and then go back in and just kind of blend that in because I didn't want to blend with all that product still on there. Or you could use like, you know, a different clean like blender, sponge blender, but this is just, I just love this. Again, and just kind of blend it out because I do want to have like that really bright kind of color, but also really blended. But I still want you guys to be able to see like the red because I do want it to be red. Start with my trusty Vaseline because all this talking is making my lips dry. And I'm thirsty too. Okay, so I put that on, and then you guys know I don't always line my lips. I was trying to decide if I was going to, so I have like this whole organized like section over here. I have like a container for eyes, a container for face, and a container for lips, and then at the bottom two containers for skincare. So I'm gonna have to just kind of give you guys a closet tour. Let me know, thumbs up, like if that's something you guys want to see, and don't forget to subscribe. I want to see you guys again. Okay, so for lips, again, I'm not going to line them. I'm just going to go natural with the lipstick, and I'm going to be using Juvia's Place, and this is a new one I picked up, and it is in the color Cocoa. Look how pretty that is. It's nice. I like that. I love that. I know I need to get my nails done. It's like my goal for tonight, I think. I like to do them myself. I've done a video on that. But again, I have this like big birthday on Saturday, and so I need to do them, but I'm also making the cake. Yes, that's a whole other side of me. You guys don't know, I'm a baker. I like to do elaborate custom cakes for people, so I'm also making the cake. So I don't want to do my nails too soon because I know they're gonna have food coloring and all sorts. So maybe I'll do it like Friday night or something. So okay, so I do need my mirror, and I'm just gonna kind of go in and just swipe away. And I love the shape of this lipstick as well because it just fits in the corners, gets where I want it to be, but this is the look. I love this color. It's like, I'm not a huge lipstick wearer, but this has such a creamy formula to it. It has such a great color. It's not brown, it's not red. It's just like a beautiful wine burgundy, which kind of just ties in the whole look. And yeah, just to be able to say, you know, just pull out a lipstick and slap it on and be ready to go. I've never found a lipstick like that. So yeah, I need to definitely just order some more, even though I just got that one because I'm in love with it. So this is the look for the lipstick. And of course, always do the finger test with your lipstick because then you get to take off the excess so it doesn't get on your teeth. So this is the final look, and I will show you guys the everything in just 1 minute. Okay, so this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for joining me this week. I just love sharing all of this stuff with you guys, and if you have any questions, comments, definitely leave them down below and I will answer them as soon as possible. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.